Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to this Minisode
Minisode
of the Calypso Cigar Review Podcast. As always, at the lovely Calypso Cigar Shop and Lounge in Richardson, Texas, I'm your host, Brandon Luna, along with
Randy Rankin.
And today we're going to be reviewing something on the Minisode that we haven't reviewed yet. I guess that's how it
this
always
is an
is,
interesting
right?
thing. Yeah. At the time you're hearing this, we will probably have this cigar if we like it. This is a unique situation in that we want to know if we want to carry the cigar. So this is our try. This is the cigar's audition, if you will, to see if it makes it into the Calypso Cigar Humidor.
And what is this cigar, Randy?
It's called the Reinado Grand Empire Reserve. Yes, that's what it's called. And it's a Honduran Puro. And it is Nicaraguan, obviously. So that means the Maduro is Nicaraguan Maduro. And it's box pressed, as you can see. I took my band off. Brandon might have his band still.
I do.
He do. He'll show you in a minute. But there
That's
you go.
it.
That's it.
It's got a double band on it.
Double band.
It looks very similar to the Ramon Alonis band from Cuba, which a lot of cigars do that, just to kind of, it's that whole...
Cuban romanticism thing.
Yeah. And it's got the double band, so it looks like one of those, special release things. That's a cool looking band.
Yeah. It's box pressed, as I said. Hefty. It feels...
It is pretty heavy, yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be a dense smoke.
And as far as details on this one, the wrapper is Select Nicaraguan Habano Maduro.
Ooh, Habano Maduro.
Binder's Nicaraguan, filler's Nicaraguan. And that's about it. That's all they really say on it.
It's a Nic Puro. There you
5 by 55 on the size.
Yep. And I don't usually like anything over 52 or 54, so we'll see.
Nice spicy tobacco smell on the foot. Not a lot of smell throughout though, but it's a nice box press. All the veins are nicely pressed down. It's a pretty looking cigar.
Somewhat oily, just a little oily, not much.
A very nice looking wrapper though.
Yeah, so we're gonna cut and give our cold draw impressions. Thank you, sir.
Cold draw is a little tight. Might be because I didn't cut enough off, but
I didn't cut off enough, I can tell.
kind of a musty tobacco flavor. Let's give her a light and see what we see.
A little bit of already a little hint of cocoa.
Lighting with our Royal Gold lighters from Royal Gold. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's basically a Cigar executive. Old school, not the new kind. This is a great lighter. It's a single torch, and it just paints that fire right on there, and it works really well.
Yeah, you can zero right in where you need to be.
Excellent lighter. Love it. So first impression with the draw here.
Mine felt a little tight, but I got a lot of smoke in that first puff. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of smoke. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a tight draw, but with box press, once they heat up, it tends to loosen up. So
yeah, and we did just get this from the rep yesterday, so
yeah, we're working cold here. We don't know if these have had time to acclimate or whatever, but so far, that's tasty.
Yeah, my draw's already opened up. I mean, look at this. I've got smoke coming out both ends.
It's a distinct flavor I'm getting, and I can't really place it yet.
Yeah.
See if you get it.
A lot of flavor, right off the bat. Retrohale's a little spicy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not getting much pepper yet, but it reminds me of a cigar. But I'm going to wait before I tell you what it reminds me of.
It tastes like it's aged, like it's got an aged tobacco in it, because
Yeah,
it's got
it
a little bit of that mustiness to it, but it's really, really flavorful.
Yeah, this has a lot of flavor. I think we might be in for a treat here, Brandon. Let's see where it goes.
So on the retrohale, I'm getting kind of it's like a sweet nuttiness. It's like a sweet kind of, I don't know, I can't really place what kind of nut you would say that would be, but it is just a sweet nuttiness. A surprising amount of pepper on the spice on the retrohale though.
Yeah.
Burns.
Reach for the bourbon.
That's tasty. What do you think?
So far, I think we're in for a special ride. This is starting off nice. Now, I've got a bad burn, but I did read that this thing will correct itself very quickly, so we'll see.
Yep. Most good cigars do. So hopefully this is a good cigar. So far, taste-wise, it's definitely very yummy.
Now, I've heard that the Petit Lancero in this is balls to the wall.
Yep. I have heard
And
that
you
as
have
well.
one.
I do.
You were bombed with one.
I was, and I'll smoke that later. But we wanted to smoke the same one today,
Yeah.
just because it's always nice to be on the same page with the same cigar, if you can do it.
It's got a pretty ash so far.
Yeah, that's
Like
tasty.
Dark gray.
You know what kind of reminds me of? What are you going to say?
Well, let's see what you're going to say.
I was going to say it kind of reminds me of the Covenant a little bit.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Was it really?
Well, the Covenant Maduro, I think,
Yeah.
more so than anything. Yep.
It does. It's the age factor because it tastes like an aged leaf, and it's got that chocolatey spiciness to it. Mm-hmm. Very similar to that.
I'll tell you, when I first put it in my mouth to, with cold draw, I thought, this is going to taste like the Diez Años Best Bun Carreras. And then as I took a couple of puffs, I went, no, it's the Covenant Maduro is what this is reminding me of.
That's good. What do these go for? Price point wise?
$9.95, I think.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons we're on the fence about it. But, man, jeez.
That's opened up big
There's
time.
a lot of flavor in this thing.
Yeah. It opened up, like the draw opened up big time now. Once I got a couple, like, I guess not even really a third in, but yeah, it's opened up big time.
Yeah.
A lot of flavor.
I love that box press because even though the draw was tight, it's opened up. We're getting shit tons of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting any cocoa? I'm getting a little cocoa.
Yeah, I'm getting a little cocoa on the back end.
It's kind of a spicy cocoa.
Mm-hmm. It's like a spicy Mexican chocolate, which I got the other day on the Tres Reinas too.
Right.
Oh man, does that pair good?
Yeah, isn't it?
Try it.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
We're
Keep a
doing
little.
it just simple old Maker's Mark, but it tastes great with the cigar.
Oh man, it just brings out the flavor of that cigar. Holy crap! You can always tell we like the cigar when we don't talk.
Talk. So our listeners are probably wishing we would enjoy every smoke.
The watchers, they're like, oh, this guy's just smoking them cigars. Look at that. Listeners are like, what the hell are they doing? They haven't said shit yet.
I'm just getting tons of different types of flavors. I can't pinpoint really well. I'm saying the generic cocoa, spicy, but there's just a lot of flavors going on at one time. It's almost like a Neapolitan of cigars.
That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I just made that up right on the spot. Do you like that? Let's coin that one.
I did. Neapolitan cigar. Well, I guess Neapolitan cigar would have to be like strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. But this is chocolate right now, and maybe it'll hit the vanilla and then possibly the strawberry sweetness at the end. We'll see.
But, man, I want to see where this goes.
Yep. I'm pretty darn excited about this right now.
Nice job, folks, so far.
Since it's a minisode,
Yep.
you don't have to listen to us smoke for too much longer because we're going to take a little break.
Yeah.
And then when we get back, we'll talk more about the lovely flavors in this cigar. All right, we're back for the second third of the Reinado something.
Grand Empire Reserve.
Grand Empire Reserve.
Look how the burn corrected itself.
He's got a great ash. I ended
I've
up
got a great ash.
ashing.
I'm going to ash here in a minute because I don't want to have to sweep it up. That will wind up happening. But, boy, is this a flavor bomb.
It really is, yeah. It's got a lot of deep tobacco, rich, deep. I can't even talk now. I'm so enamored with this. Rich. It's got a rich, deep tobacco flavor.
I don't always smoke cigars.
Yet I don't always smoke cigars, but when I do, I smoke them one after the other, multiple in a row, and it is delicious.
Yeah, in the middle, it's transitioned and it's smoother, almost a creaminess to it. Still kind of creamy cocoa now. I'm getting.
I've got some earth in there too.
Yeah,
it's like a dirty earth, but it's a tasty dirty earth.
So so far, thumbs up. This is a flavor bomb.
I am a fan. I don't want to ash yet.
So far, it's box worthy.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see a nice addition to the humidor with this one. I would say, why not? Heck yeah, I would do that.
We've been giving it out to a couple of customers, and so far the feedback has been positive. I'm curious as to what you're going to think of that Petit Lancero, and I'm jealous that you have one, and I don't.
I'll make sure I smoke it in front of you and just go.
Thank you. That'd be nice. It'd be typical of you, actually.
Shut up. I brought you stuff.
I know. And don't forget, before you leave, I need to give you some stuff.
Yay, stuff. Always love stuff.
Especially free stuff.
Free stuff is the best stuff.
Free consumable stuff is
Yep.
the best stuff.
That's why we need to get some free booze coming our way. If anybody wants to send us booze.
Well, someone sent us that moonshine a couple weeks ago.
Nice and sweet and delicious. I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm kind of afraid to warm it up, but I kind of want to warm it up and
That
drink
might
it.
be good as a little hot toddy.
Yeah, kind of tasty like that, I think.
Ooh, make it heat it up, pour it over some ice cream or something.
Oh,
That would
hell
be,
yeah.
that would be good. That would be very tasty.
Or just melt some ice cream and stick it in it, and then
Make a moonshine Alexander instead of a brandy Alexander.
Yep.
Oh, man. Okay, since I knocked my ash off, I will not be holding on to the ash much longer after this. But it had a nice, good ash. I loved how it corrected itself like that. I mean, that was pretty impressive.
Yep, that's always a good sign of a good cigar when you get a bad burn at the start, and and that happens sometimes. You just light it like shit, or you're smoking outside and it just goes kind of wonky. Just give it a minute. Give it a minute and see if it'll correct itself, and a lot of times it will, and that just means it was well rolled.
Yep.
Rolled with love.
Rolled with love. That's exactly right. Now, the rep told us that this is only in 80 stores across the country. So if we pick it up, it'll be 81.
Cool.
So it's not easy to find. And I'm pretty sure by the time this episode airs that we will have this cigar. So you can call 972-761-9903. We might hook you up with some stuff.
Maybe, you never know. Or it might just be dicks and just take your money. No, I'm just kidding. That's horrible. We would not do that.
Okay. I thought it'd be interesting. A little cheesy for guys, but hey, we all love Christmas, right?
Christmas is great.
So, top 5 Christmas movies since we're in the holiday season.
Number 1, Christmas Vacation.
You're going to go 1 to 5 instead of 5 to 1?
Number 5, Christmas Vacation.
Okay, there you go. All right, cool. Nothing wrong with that movie.
I love that movie. That movie's hilarious.
Did I surprise you, Clark? Edward, if I woke up tomorrow with my face sewn to the carpet, I would not be more surprised.
Shitter was full. So many great one-liners in that movie.
Honey,
That's
did you check our shitters? Yeah, great.
probably one of the funniest Chevy Chase movies, hands down.
Okay, number 5 for me will be The Family Stone. It was a really good movie. Great cast. Craig T. Nelson, Luke Wilson, Diane Keaton.
Never even heard of it.
Sarah Jessica Parker, Horseface.
Never
Other people.
even
Great
heard
movie.
of it.
Great movie. I will get you a copy of that, and it's a must-see. It's a very good movie. It's about a kind of a dysfunctional family that's hooking up for Christmas dinner. It's funny and drama, and it's a good movie. Number 4 for you, sir.
Number 4 for me. That's kind of hard because there's a lot of Christmas movies, and you don't like this one, but I still like it, and we watch it every year. Scrooged. I like Scrooged. It's a good take
like it.
on
It
the
just kinda
story.
beats me.
Bill Murray's hilarious. What's his name? Bunch of people in that. They're just really,
Yeah.
really. Bobcat Goldthwait's hilarious in it,
See, I love Carol Kane. I think she's hilarious, but she annoyed the crap out of me in that movie.
and she was supposed to.
I know. So
And
she
that's
did her
okay.
job. I just didn't like the character.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a classic. I don't argue. Number 4 for me, because I know my top 3. So what is number 4 going to be? Oh, a little movie called Christmas Vacation. You ever seen that?
Didn't we already say that?
Oh yeah, that's right. Thought it sounded familiar. But that would be my number 4.
That's
I
your
love
number
that
4.
movie.
Okay. All right. What was your number? Oh, number 5 was something I never heard of. Okay. So Christmas Vacation's your number 4. Okay. All right. Number 3. See, now I'm going to go into a gray area here because my wife thinks these aren't holiday movies, but I'm going to fight with her tooth and nail. And I would put this as number 1, but my number 1 is just a total classic and it has to be number 1. But my number 3 is Die Hard.
God.
Because that is
It
a
did take
great
place at Christmas.
movie.
It did take place at Christmas.
Yep. And it's all about Christmas spirit. It's about being with family.
It is, even if you have to say yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
That's right.
Oh, man. Number 3, I'll pick a different one. I got to throw out a caveat on this one. This was a made-for-TV movie.
Oh, Lord.
But it was a made-for-TV movie in the late 70s, early 80s when TV movies were really TV movies.
They were
weren't
events. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
events.
they-
This is
yeah.
back before HBO was really a big
Cable
deal.
and all that stuff, yeah. It was called An American Christmas Carol.
Okay,
So
the
it's a
one
thick-
with Henry Winkler.
And it had Henry Winkler in it, and I think I told the story that I met him, and everyone was beating him down with Fonzie stuff, and I just said, my wife and I watch American Christmas Carol every year. We thought you were amazing in it. And you could tell relief. It was like, thank God someone's saying something other than Fonzie stuff, you know?
Yep.
So yeah, An American Christmas Carol, and that is available on DVD. And if you haven't seen it, it's an American take during the Depression era of the Christmas Carol story.
And we have that. We're going to watch it this year.
Do you?
So
Good.
yeah, we wound up finding it.
Good.
I found it
I
somewhere.
think you'll like it.
And we have it. Yeah.
Good.
So okay, so that's your number. That was your number 3. Okay, so number 2. God,
I think
it's so
our 2
hard.
and 1 are going to probably be
It's
the same.
so
I don't
hard
know.
to pick. It really
I know our number
is.
1's going to be the same, and
I don't know what I can't. Number 2 is rough because I want to pick the Charlie Brown Christmas special, but it's not really a movie.
but
So
once again, it was a TV event that changed the world.
yeah, and that's we watch it every year, and I got to go back to what we watch every year. So, but then at the same time, we almost really have to do top 10 because I have a whole bunch that we watch. So
Yeah,
we'll just
we'll do
the
honorable mentions.
We'll do the 5 and then we'll go on. So I'm gonna say Charlie Brown Christmas special is number 2 for me.
Numero dos. Miracle on 34th Street, the original, the Edmund Gwynn, Natalie Wood, Maureen O'Hara.
Yep.
When they did that remake, I got so annoyed because they proved he was Santa Claus in the new one.
Yeah.
The first one, he used the legal technicality to prove that he was Santa Claus, and then at the end they showed you a little brief thing that made you think, oh, he really might be Santa Claus. Thought it was just excellent. And Natalie Wood is this cute little precocious girl. You could tell then she was going to grow up and be gorgeous, and sure enough she did.
And be a movie star. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had that sparkle.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your number 2.
Number 2.
Number 1. You just want to say it in unison.
1, 2, 3. Ernest Saves
Lethal
Christmas.
Weapon. Wait.
Ernest
we
Saves
both
Christmas.
we both went for the cheesy.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, number 1, real number 1.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, that has to be the number 1.
And-
That is a yearly watch for us, and that is really a movie I don't even wait for Christmas to watch because it's just a great Jimmy Stewart movie. Great performances all across the board. Great storytelling. It is a total heartstring puller, and just a great movie.
There was a great scene in a Cheers episode where they're at the bar and someone turns on the TV and It's a Wonderful Life on, and Carla is like, oh my God, It's a Wonderful Life. I'm so sick of that movie. And everyone at the bar is like, oh, they're groaning. And then it shows the end and he says, attaboy, Clarence. And they're all like, I hate that damn movie. It's so awesome. If that movie doesn't just rip your heart out and just,
I was so glad to introduce my daughter to that semi-recently. She's 14 now, so she understands movies and the meaning more. And as you get older, you start to appreciate movies more than just the Smurfs and shit. So it was a couple years ago we introduced it to her, and she was crying her eyes out, and she just really loved Jimmy Stewart after that, and I got to introduce her to a whole bunch of other Jimmy Stewart flicks. So that was fun.
That's awesome. And I still get emotionally invested in the movie. I mean, without fail, it's kind of like Field of Dreams or something. Without fail, I'm gonna shed a tear. It's just gonna happen. Sorry, manly men, but it will make you do that.
Yeah,
but I still watch it from just a technical standpoint. Back to the Future was probably the first time travel movie that actually filled in the blanks and took care of what happened and what if you messed with this, messed with it. They were doing that in 1946 when this movie came out. I mean, that movie does not miss a beat when they go back in time, and it's just incredible.
True.
And Alfalfa was in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was.
He was in it.
All right,
but that's okay. Honorable mention time.
No, we gotta.
We'll do honorable mentions in the next segment. But by the way, this is great.
It is great. Keep listening.
Set a timetable on us.
All right, we're back for the last third of the Reinado Grand something
Empire
or other.
Reserve.
We'll never get it right.
The GER.
The Grand.
The GER. They started following us on Twitter.
Oh yeah, we gotta say it right. The
Reinado Grand Empire Reserve.
Tasty.
And the rep did actually actually he's not the rep, he's the blender and everything. And he said at Calypso Cigar Shop, cool guys smoking a GER. That's what he put. So.
And mine just went out. Remember, I just had it going.
Just bragged about it, and then it goes out.
Well, that was because I was farting around too much.
It's complex. There's no argument there. It's definitely changed a couple of times. Heading into the final third, I'm getting a little bit more of the pepper. Habano Maduro doesn't usually have the cocoa that a regular Maduro does, but this one in particular has maintained a cocoa, what's the word I'm looking for? Profile throughout, but with little elements of other things around it.
Yep. It is darn tasty. Mm-hmm. It's definitely got some complexity to it, and that is always welcome.
Mm-hmm. We like complexity. I can barely hear you, so I'm going to turn up my earphone thing.
So, question. runner-ups, since we did the top 5, what are your other
honorable
honorable
Christmas
mentions
movies?
for holiday movies, Christmas movies?
I really was joking when I said Ernest Saves Christmas, but I think that's a fun movie. That's my favorite of the Ernest movies. Not that they were great, but Jim Varney was he was the first original redneck comedian. If you think about it, as far as in our lifetime,
For sure.
But I love that. Shoot, what's the one? Just totally lost. What you name something and it'll pop into my head. I do love the Charlie Brown Christmas. I think that's classic.
Yep. We got a lot of family movies that we like for Christmas. We have a whole pile of them that we watch every year. Big favorite for my kids and me, technically might not be a Christmas movie, but it could be a Halloween movie too, and that's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
Which is just a
Tim
great
Burton.
Tim Burton flick, and it's just fun, and it's got some kookiness to it, and it was a unique story, and that was, for me, that was the big thing. It was something different.
Well, if you're going to mention Charlie Brown, I'm going to go with the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the cartoon Dr. Seuss version. Thought was excellent with Boris Karloff.
Yes.
That just outstanding. That's probably my favorite animated one aside from Charlie Brown.
Yeah, that's definitely a classic for sure. You have to mention.
And I don't know if you remember this, but remember the Rankin Bass productions?
Oh yeah. Of course.
I'm not related, unfortunately. I'd like to have been a part of that empire.
That's
But some of the
Rankin
Rudolph,
Bass
the
money.
Frosty, and all those things, they were great. Holly Jolly Christmas, what's up?
Yep.
Holly Jolly Christmas and Burl Ives and the Rudolph, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But just like traditional Christmas movies, you got White Christmas and those
Yep.
things. Which
I
are
was going to
fine.
mention White
Yeah,
Christmas because
they're
that's
fine.
a yearly watch for us as well.
I don't know if you've seen this movie called Young at Heart with Frank Sinatra and Doris Day.
Nope.
It's kind of like Die Hard in that you don't think of it as a Christmas movie, but most of it does take place around Christmas.
Okay.
And not that I would ever endorse a Doris Day movie, but Sinatra kind of helps soften the Doris Day beating. But because it's mostly about him, he's a beaten down songwriter who falls in love with a girl he can't get. I consider it a Christmas movie myself. Boy.
And just to go on the Frank Sinatra side of things, Frank Sinatra was originally going to be slated to play the main character of John McClane in Die Hard.
That is true, in the original inception of it.
Yep, because he was playing basically the same character he'd already played before in the previous movie, and I think they even had a contract where he was supposed to do that. They offered it to him, and he was like, "I'm 70, I'm not doing that."
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yep, so he turned it down.
The hell with that. But, now I can hear you. I've been turning it the wrong way. Okay, good.
All right.
But I was letting the show go on, even though I
There you
couldn't
go,
hear
there
a
you
word. But, so every year they'll do a new, Hallmark Channel or something. They'll release some stuff like that. And there was one that came out a few years ago with Kelsey Grammer in it, where he was in the Santa Claus family, and he was going to have to take over for Santa Claus. And it sounds cheesy and everything, but it wound up being pretty good. You saw Kelsey Grammer in a different light. He was kind of a dick. And he was like, I don't want to become Santa Claus. And just was a dick. I couldn't tell you what it's called, but IMDb Kelsey Grammer and find a Christmas movie. That one was good.
Well, they had that one with Tim Allen called The Santa Claus.
Oh, I thought those were bad. Did you like those?
I like the first one.
The first one was good.
all right. The
Yeah,
rest
I
of them are
can give
garbage.
the first one.
Yeah.
The Miracle on 34th Street remake, blah.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
It was pretty garbagey. Yep.
But, I love Christmas movies. We used to, growing up as a kid, and even my wife and I, we expanded this tradition. The day after Thanksgiving, when we're putting up the tree, we would watch Miracle on 34th Street, because that starts on Thanksgiving and then transfers into the Christmas season. It's a Wonderful Life has been a Christmas Eve staple for years. That's when we watch it. We don't watch it any other time. We avoid it on TV. We watch it on Christmas Eve before we go to bed. So I like kind of the traditional stuff like that with Christmas. Do you like Christmas music, or you think that's cheesy and gay?
We listen to Christmas music all the time, yeah.
I love
it's
it.
part of the rotation. It just gets you in the spirit.
It's great melodies. There's great songwriting in Christmas music. There really
Yep.
is just...
And I like a lot of the different variations of it, too. The Neil Diamond Christmas CD is great.
Have you heard his version of the Hanukkah song?
Yeah,
it
it's
is
greatness.
awesome.
It is greatness, yeah. So another Christmas movie that is an every year watch for us, and I don't think you're a big fan of this movie, but A Christmas Story is also a really fun
What?
Christmas. I thought you
I
didn't
love
like that
movie.
Oh, I thought you didn't like
Love
it.
that movie. That was the one I've been thinking of in my head. I was thinking, man, they play it all the time. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's
Peter
a great
Billingsley, Darren McGavin with his special prize.
Yep. Oh, Fragile. Yeah, the whole the duck thing was just great.
No, I love The Christmas Story. That's an excellent movie.
Yep. Very,
Oh,
very
man.
good flick.
The 80s had a lot of attempts at Christmas movies, trying to revive them and stuff.
Yep. One of the worst ones that I really can't stomach it. My daughter latched onto it for a couple of years, and we just had to watch it over and over again, was Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, freaking horrible movie.
Just a beat down.
It is a beatdown. I could not take that movie for the life of me. And she was all about it. I mean, she saw it recently, and she's like, yeah, no, that movie's horrible. I'm like, I told
Thank
you.
you. Finally.
Jeez, it was tired. Did you ever realize how
Your
many times
youngest
you made
daughter
me
will
watch
latch
that
onto it.
thing?
You'll have to keep watching it again.
No,
It'll stay in the
that's
cycle.
no longer in the rotation at all. It is gone for good. Yeah.
I know we're leaving out some classics, and I hate that, but that's what smoking a good cigar will do.
Yep. There's some other stuff. Home Alone obviously is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But that's still pretty hard for me to take nowadays too. The Muppet Christmas Carol was actually pretty fun. My kids like that one. You got some decent actors in that, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah. Mixed Nuts.
Mixed Nuts, yeah.
Excellent movie. Steve Martin, Tom Hanks, Rita Wilson, Adam Sandler, Liev Schreiber, the great Madeline Kahn.
Elf.
Elf is solid. Elf is really good. I didn't think I was going to like it because I wasn't really into Will Ferrell yet. I was kind of on the fence. That one pushed me over. That was a great movie.
And another one that I don't like, but my family likes it, is Polar Express. That's just creepy. The whole digital animation thing, they just look creepy to me.
What was the one where there was that song, and I'm not going to sing a lot, but I'm Mr. White Christmas, I'm Mr. Sun. It was like the two brothers. One was
the Rankin Bass thing?
Yeah, it was a Rankin Bass thing too, and I can't remember what that was called.
I don't know.
But that was a great claymation Christmas movie in the 70s.
Yep, they had a lot of them there. I mean, you had just a ton of them. Let me just look up the Rankin Bass stuff real quick here before we run out of time.
I hate that I'm not related to that guy. That would be awesome.
It would be. You get some Rankin Bass money going on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Every year they just rake it in.
Yep.
Jeez.
Okay, so Rankin Bass Holiday Tales. We've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Awesome.
Little Drummer Boy,
Awesome.
Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I think that was the one with the Burgermeister Burger thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Year Without a Santa Claus.
That might be the one I'm thinking of.
Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July.
I liked that one. My mom wouldn't let us watch it because it wasn't Christmas in July.
Yeah. But that kind of sums it up pretty much.
Nice little legacy. Yeah, I think it was The Year Without a Santa Claus was the one where that song came from. The Heatmeister and the Frost. I don't remember.
Yeah, the Burgermeister Burger.
Yeah, but if on the Santa Claus is Coming to Town, before he gets old and he's walking down the town, he looks like Glenn Campbell. You go back to old pictures of Glenn Campbell.
Yep.
Chris Kringle looks like Glenn Campbell.
Yep.
Very funny.
True story.
But I look forward to the Christmas movie season, and it'll be fun. And I always try to find a new one every year to put in the rotation to see if it's worthy of rotation.
Yeah, there's so many of them out there. I mean, you got a lot to choose from, but most of the new stuff is pretty garbagey. Home for the Holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Probably the last really good one that's come out at the theater, other than that Family Stone, which you need to see, is Mixed Nuts. I mean, it's been a while since there's been a really good one come out at the theater.
Yep. Well, we are going to be wrapping up this real soon here. We're running out of time.
We're picking up a lot of pepper now.
Yeah, it has picked up. Yeah.
The final third is wow. So it bombs you at the beginning, smooths out, lulls you into a nice little state of euphoria, and then wakes you up.
Yep. And the box press is still holding on, but it's loosened up quite a bit, so it's got a great draw. I mean, you just get a ton of smoke from it, ton of flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys can find Reinado in your area, definitely check it out. Or you can call Calypso Cigar Shop and Lounge at
972-761-9903.
And don't forget to check us out at all the usual usual places. iHeartRadio, go there and iHeart us.
Heart us, add us to your playlist.
Yep.
Yeah. YouTube, subscribe and comment. iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and comment. On Podomatic, Spreaker, Stitcher. Is that it?
Yeah. We got
follow us on Twitter.
Yep.
And like us on Facebook. You do any of those things, we will give you a shout out.
Yep. We always appreciate it. It just helps us to get to more people. So, as always, it's been great smoking with you.
Have a good one, Brandon.
And have a wonderful Christmas.